You're a little
I had my
slow,
hands too
yeah.
low. I failed.
Yeah, first rule of jazz hands.
No camera awareness at all.
I mean, it's only your first time streaming.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's how that goes.
I remember.
I'll figure it out one day.
You took a week off and forgot everything.
It's real. It's a use it or lose it kind of thing. For
Yes.
sure.
Very jelly of you guys.
Coro says, "Go to sleep. It's too fishy outside."
It's too fishy?
Yeah.
Too fishy.
Good night. Where's Dee Dee? Screw you, Brandon. Dee Dee will be back next year.
Just for that, I don't think Brandon's gonna win on the wheel.
Well, I mean, he wasn't gonna anyway, but now he's extra gonna lose.
Extra. What's the opposite of pink? Like on the color wheel.
Oh.
Is that like the complementary color to pink?
Yeah.
What
the
is
easiest way is to
Google,
make something
what is
pink
the-
in Word and just highlight it. It makes it the opposite color.
Ah, that's true. What is the opposite of pink? I asked Google. The opposite of pink is green.
Green.
They are considered complementary colors, meaning they sit directly opposite each other on the color wheel.
So if he's green.
All right, well,
green.
his name is Green because he's a member. So there you go.
The curse.
So, Eric, how's your ear? Ears or just one ear?
What?
Yeah.
Sorry. I gotta get all the use out of it. It's just my right ear. So I still have normal hearing on my left hand side.
It's just the listening to Gina ear that's broken.
It's super funny because our bathroom, the way the toilet sits, my right ear is to the door and whatnot. So before, if I was in the bathroom, she could yell something from the kitchen or the family room, and I'd be able to hear it. And so then I'll get out of the bathroom, and she'd be like, "Well," I'll be like, "I don't know what." Or she'll be talking on the other side of the door, be like, "Oh, hey, can I grab my clip, or can I grab the hairdryer or something like that?" And I'll just be on my phone like la di da di da.
I mean, that's the perfect excuse. And you have did the doctor say 8 weeks of that?
Yeah, it could take 2 months.
It could. I think it will.
Yeah.
Milk that for all it's worth.
Because it's been 3 months. The eardrum has pretty much healed. It is scabbed over, but the big problem is now I still have fluid behind the eardrum, so it's still kind of like wah wah wah. Charlie Brown mom in my ear, but nothing like it was before, where just I would hear just thump 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 just in my right ear, and then all of a sudden tinnitus. And so that's gone down dramatically. So that's like.
Did you get tinnitus before?
I mean, every now and again, nothing noticeable. It always I would almost always seem to get it when I'd be like, oh wow, it's super quiet, like when I take the trash out at night or something like that. Like, oh
Me
wow,
and Jenna never have coinciding tinnitus. It's always at different times.
That's how you know that it's all in your head.
Real.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's all the little tiny hairs on the inside of your ear, and they can, get rubbed the wrong way and start being like false noise.
Just about to click that one.
So Sam Scales says green is the opposite of orange. That's somebody I would trust with that information. So there you go. Well, then what is the opposite of pink?
Yeah.
That is the question.
What's the opposite of red?
Purple?
Yeah.
I think purple is too close to pink.
I guess purple is blue and red.
Purple is a secondary color, and pink is a shade.
Right. Zen's playing Candy Crush, which is just ridiculous. This is not the early, late, mid 2000s. When did the Candy Crush come out? Like over a decade ago.
Oh God, I was playing Candy Crush on our iPad that I got in like 2007, 8. No,
iPhone
that
we
was
got
the
in
iPhone.
2007. iPad we got like 2010, 2011.
Yeah,
Been a while.
yeah, like 2010.
Didn't Zen post a picture in Fishcord that
I was like, you need more friends.
You need more friends. Like, ouch. Candy Crush.
So Nathan says, would it be wrong of me to accidentally kill a bougainvillea? How the frick you say that? I know it's a plant of some kind. My wife is trying to revive. I read it is okay to use in the aquarium as long as it dried out completely. It's perfect for a tank/tanks.
Never heard of it.
Because you're gonna get caught. Don't do it. Unless she did something to deserve it.
If it's already on the way out, I would wait to see.
Yeah, you let time do its thing.
Give her the satisfaction of bringing it back, and then once she has fulfilled that, then murder it.
There
Be
you
like,
go.
oh, I guess you didn't. Sorry, but you tried. You tried real good.
Oh, I see. Candy Crush was 2012.
2012. Okay, it's
so
old.
How did you hurt your eardrum? Just in the middle of the night? It happened?
Yeah, I did have an inner ear infection, and normally for me they go away. And the night before, I was thinking like, oh wow, it is kind of hurting a lot. Maybe I'll go make an appointment with my primary doctor instead of just going to urgent care. And that night I had blown my nose because I had a sinus infection too. And it kind of I was like, oh, I think more went in because I have a big canal from my sinus to my ear on my right side. My right always gets an ear infection. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a little bit more pressure. I should definitely maybe go to urgent care tomorrow. And at about 3:30 in the morning, I woke up like, ow, my ear hurts. Ow. Well, I'm taking Tylenol. So I went and took Tylenol and was up for like a half an hour and then fell back asleep and woke up in the morning like at 7. I'm like, okay, going to urgent care right now when it opens at 8. Took a shower and I tried to be courteous to my doctor and clean out the earwax, even though they say not to.
Yeah, I would not.
Ear.
I wouldn't touch my ear.
So, very lightly. Well, I just was getting, the open. I wasn't going digging for gold. So I just did the outside and I pulled the Q-tip out, blood. And I'm like, and it's gone. So with urgent care, they're like, yep, it's burst or ruptured.
Q-tips are not meant for your ear, even though that's the only reason they exist.
I know. I don't go digging for gold. It's just, on the outside.
Just swab the outside where it's least effective.
Gina was obsessed with Q-tips, and she would go in dry, not after a shower or something like that. She was with a dry Q-tip, and she got like a part of the Q-tip stuck in her ear. She pulled it out, and like the cotton part, half the cotton swab stayed in her ear because it got stuck in the earwax and whatnot.
Oh my God! What was it that Zachary did when he had an ear infection, middle of the night?
He went and got a toothpick because his ear itched from an ear infection and poked, and he
perforated.
He perforated his eardrum. He didn't burst it completely, but yeah, it was very dumb of him.
Well, you live and you learn.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the thing.
Thank goodness for modern medicine.
I mean, have you ever shocked yourself from electrical outlet? Because I have.
I was about to say that's the kind of like a fork in the socket moment. Like, okay, not gonna do that again.
And Julian said the amount of cringing I'm doing right now. Yeah, I know. It's a bit much.
Oh,
Scotty said, good grief, I remember those days. I had a ruptured eardrum when I was a little guy. It was like the great Scotty River flowing out of my ear.
Isn't Scotty still a little guy?
Oh no. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. We have big boy restaurants around here where it's like
like the one from Austin Powers.
Yeah,
I thought that was not real.
Totally real.
Never had one.
And the guy holding the burger, that's totally the mascot too.
Oh.
Every now and again, high school kids will steal the. There's a few around here, then they'll steal one. But I just went to the Ent today. The big talking tree. I gotta reuse it. I gotta get.
I wasn't even gonna say anything. It was.
I know. I just feel like a broken record.
Brand new joke.
Hey.
Well, I mean, they didn't hear it.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet you did. But I just love the joke. It's so nerdy. I love the nerds. So went to the talking tree, and they said, "Yep, sealing fine. It's scabbed over or just a little perforated. There is fluid behind there." I did a hearing test to see if there was any nerve damage. No nerve damage, because they do one with headphones, and then they do one with they strap it onto your jaw, and hit the button when you hear the sound. So nerve is fine. Just gotta get the fluid out. So I'm on steroids and Flonase to try to get the fluid out. And I go back in a month, actually on April Fool's Day. And I'm thinking, what can I put in my ear to freak them? April Fools! Because that'd be smart. Let me just shove it. Oh, God!
Just find anything, any old thing covered in bacteria.
The old cockroach.
Mel says, this new Python cuts my water change time in half. No regrets.
No regrets.
It's like one of the first aquarium gadget tool things that I learned about was a Python. And we were using a Python when we had one 40-gallon tank, and that was it.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine doing water changes on more than one tank like that.
Yep. When I was a kid, my dad, when I said I wanted a fish tank, he's like, "Yep, and we're getting a Python."
Nice. I mean, that product has been around for 50 years and hasn't changed a bit. Same freaking thing.
And
no innovation, not needed.
You know what's better than a Python?
An anaconda?
Two Python. Well, they don't want none. So, but two Pythons. Two Pythons have changed my life, because now I can be draining and filling at the same time. Or my friend moved to South Carolina, and she had 275s and 10 or 20 full of shrimp, and I got the pick of all the. She's like, you help me set everything up. Whatever equipment you want, you take. And so I'm like, I'll take this Python, this 50-foot Python. Don't mind if I do.
Get three.
Get three, dog. Yo, dog. I heard you like a Python.
Heard you like Python.
Put the Python on your Python.
In your Python, so you can Python while you're Pythoning.
There's only for the main fish room, there's only 2 sinks that would reach, but I could put a pump on one and siphon.
Yeah. You could be draining two tanks at the same time and filling one up.
Well,
but it's such a game changer. Oh,
I have the same Python I've had for 5 years, and it's almost completely black on the inside. I've been waiting it out till I can't see anything go through it. But instead of wasting my time trying to clean it, I think maybe I will get a new one, and then I will also keep the old one. And I think I'll up my efficiency with the water changes. That's a great idea.
Total game changer. It is amazing. And I always get super high TDS in my tanks. So I don't know what it is. Could be anything, but it helps really make, because I can fill and drain at the same time.
Test.
So it's kind of like an auto water change system, but totally manual. And I just love that I can drain the tank, fill it back up, start draining again, and fill it at the same time. It's amazing.
Does a Python, Laura wants to know, does a Python hijack the sink it's attached to from regular use?
Kind of, sort of. It does have a knob on the bottom where you can turn and have, the water flow straight out, as long as the, other end of the hose is out of the tank, so you're not actively sucking water from the fish tank out of it. In desperate times when Gina needs to wash her hands or something, and she's doing something because I attach to the kitchen sink. If I need to, or she needs to wash her hands or something, like I'll be like, oh, take the end out of the tank, because I never drain to my sink. I always drain out my back door into my gardens. So my filling hose never gets fish water in it. So no matter what, really, I could twist the bottom, but you can. But it's super easy to assemble, disassemble too.
There has been times where I left the green siphon thing attached to kids' bathroom sink for like a week, and they never said anything about it. And I go in there and realize they've been like washing their hands and brushing their teeth like that. So I try to be mindful.
It's still sink water. It's not like
right.
It's pumping tank water from the sink.
It's just kind of washing a little bit over like probably biofilm that's developed. I don't know. But
if anything, that's beneficial bacteria, man.
I don't put the aerator back on the faucet anymore. The brass adapter is just there, and so their water comes out of the sink kind of noisy and turbulent, and that's just how it is.
Yep.
Let's see.
Here's a question for you.
Johnny Best can't afford CO2. Does aerating with large airstone does it help plants or not? It depends on your, well, I don't know. I mean, I would like to know that as well, because I cannot say for certain that it does or not, because I've never done an A/B test. All I know is, like, in principle, if you didn't have any surface agitation at all, and your plants were using up the available CO2 from fish respiration or whatever's going on in your tank, probably you're going to be depleted of CO2 like faster than the fish themselves and the bacteria and all that can produce it. So maybe increasing agitation kind of brings in a little bit more of that atmospheric CO2. Not a lot of it, but some of it. I don't know how much that really helps for sure. I wish somebody would test it, because it could, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of factors at play on whether it helps or not. What?
Scotty and Kelly are talking about the python, and Scotty's like, I don't act quickly on big purchases.
Scotty,
what do you consider a python a big purchase? He went out at like the blink of an eye and got 2 cats
and a vehicle. Didn't he buy a car or a truck or something?
And how much is a python? It's like less than $100, right?
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
Scotty, this is ridiculous.
Especially for the 25-footer.
This is ridiculous.
I think there's a 25, a 50, and a 100.
Just that big purchase thing. Like,
I think I have a 50 plus there's a 10-foot extension that I figured out that I needed. So that's what I
have a 25 and a 50.
Did you want to pull up the participants list?
Yeah, in a second. I was seeing a couple of other things. Brookley, what's up? Yeah, we'll get to the fun weekend we had last weekend.
Oh yes, so jelly.
Nathan's fish room is close enough to a water source that he was able to cut the 50-foot python in half and drain and fill at the same time.
Yeah, got to do that. I gotta get the efficiency going with the draining and filling. Except I'm kind of afraid that if I'm doing 2 things at once, the filling is gonna get neglected, and I'm gonna overflow like 2 tanks instead of just 1 per water change.
I was so close to overflowing while I was like picking off algae with a net.
Geek boy, I'm gonna drive 50 miles to save 2 cents a gallon for gas. Scotty probably.
Oh man. Straight brass connector torrent. I just saw what Brandon said. Like, yeah, it's too much hassle. I'm gonna change the water again in a week. So if I got a python, what would I do with all these empty Arizona tea jugs?
And then here's a good suggestion from Nancy. Grow green
water for Fry and Daphne. There you go. Problem solved. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
See, aquarium is maintained by Andy, said liquid CO2. I'm not sure what context, but it just triggers me anyway because it's not real.
What is it?
Glutaraldehyde.
Glutaraldehyde.
Basically poison embalming fluid, I think is also used for. But yeah, it's not bioavailable.
Well, that's
CO2.
what keeps your fish fresh, man.
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't recommend that. It definitely will kill some algae, especially if you do the spot treatment with the syringe. But I don't know. I used to use it a lot more, and now I don't. Nathan said, so the hose I use to fill the tanks has turned black. Why? And other than a 25-foot brush, how can I clean it out? It's flaking off. I don't want it in the tanks. I was thinking about running bleach. Have you done something like that before?
I was just about to say, putting a cat full of bleach, in like 2.5 gallons of water, and then I'm an idiot, and I mouth siphoned first, and then once it starts to come out, I clogged it with a rag, with a washcloth.
Oh, let it sit there.
Yep, and then tried to equal out the height of the hose so that it wasn't draining back into the bucket, or try and put too much pressure on the washcloth. And I left it for about 20 minutes. It did get off most of the gunk, but there was like those moldy spots still on it. So I just didn't want to leave it more than 20 minutes in case it dissolves something,
Yeah. Well, I mean, if something was flaking off and like, I guess to get rid of all that debris and residue that's in there, what I was thinking about doing was filling up a bathtub with some diluted bleach, like just a cap full of bleach or so in the bathtub, and just kind of coiling it up and fully submersing it, letting all the water get there and just kind of let it sit. Ooh. Or possibly just running a pump through like in the tub, just kind of repumping the same water just to get it in motion, something like that. But I don't know if it would be effective or not. I don't know how paranoid I would be, like how long it'll take to clean it out. And I guess I could just refill the bathtub with some prime water or something like that.
Yep, that's what I did. And then I filled a 5-gallon bucket completely up and like did so much prime into it, and then would drain the hose, clog it for 5 minutes with a different washcloth, start it draining again, for a few minutes, and then clog it again and wait 5 minutes, and then drain the rest of it and whatnot, just so that it'd be gone. And then always drain first. So
yeah,
that I have a 75 that I probably take 30 gallons out of. So then 30 gallons went through it and everything like that before it ever got pumped back in. So
yeah,
nobody died.
Yeah, people haven't. The brush, the pipe cleaner, 2 strings, attach a brush to a string, draw it through. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a trombone player, and we have our methods because I mean trombone's a series of pipes and long slides. So
talk about tooting your own horn.
Exactly. So
sorry,
you got to learn different methods. There's also for the trombone, there was a product called, I think it was like a spit wad or spit ball. It was just a really gross name, but essentially it was a saturated cotton ball that you would start at the end of the trombone, and you would like play the horn, and it would just kind of work its way all around and come out the bell. And I guess that was also effective. I think you need something a little bit more abrasive for a black interior python, though.
Yeah. Did you not have? Maybe you didn't. Maybe it was another instrument. I feel like I've seen brass players with essentially a small rag on like a wire that they can push through the length of their instrument.
Yeah, well, what trombone players have is like a semi-rigid plastic string that's like 5 feet long that you can feed through the pipe, and then on the end of that is a brush, and that works pretty well.
Did you see JP Jeffries' comment?
JP Jeff, is that a new name? Welcome.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that name. How many Bozemanii can I expect to grow to adults in a 125? I have about 150 half-inch juveniles currently.
Damn!
That's a lot of Bozemanii.
That's a lot of Bozemanii.
I mean, they're going to grow slow. They're the slowest freaking. I mean, rainbows are slow growers. Bozemanii are other rainbows are looking at Bozemanii and are like, dude, grow already. They're slow. I mean, I can't imagine 150 full-grown ones in there, but you could probably get them to sellable size pretty quickly. Rainbows, they're from rivers. They like water changes. So do a lot of those. That'll probably help a lot. So, yeah, I would say I don't see. I've never grown out a whole batch of fry like that, so I couldn't tell you how many more you could put in there. Maybe somebody who's done that in chat could chime in. Whip. I filled the bathtub with a 1 to 4 bleach mix, ran the other end down the stairs, drained it until it was coming out the other end, toggled it off, left it overnight, rinsed it out in the morning with Prime. So
1 to 4 is wild. That is strong.
That's a lot of bleach for a bathtub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so it sounds like the key is some kind of diluted bleach mix and exposure time to the inside of the python. However you want to get that accomplished seems to be the thing to do.
Hey, we are almost 30 minutes in. Would you like to go through the participants list?
Participants.
Whatever will we do when we do things out of order?
Here. To expedite, I'll do it. You want to pop it up on screen?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, everybody strap in. It's gonna be a long one.
Kelly says there's a guy on Rainbow Fish Live growing out 500 Bozemanii fry in a 55. It changes water every day.
Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna want to like grow those to adulthood. Of course, that would take like 5 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you have a new badge
yeah.
Do you have a new badge?
The puffer badge for 3 years.
For 3 years.
When did that happen?
Back in like late November, early December.
Okay, then I'm an
idiot. Like that. Something like that. Where is he going to sell all those fish? On Facebook. Illegally on Facebook.
Not on Get Gills and not on eBay.
Get in your time machine, head on back to Aquabid. People like Aquabid. I mean, I'm sure people would love it a lot more if it were modernized and more user-friendly and good. But
what was that other fish website that I think Alex from Secret History he was promoted?
Vivi. I think that
had all the hallmarks of a wonderful, game-changing, holy crap, this is the thing that we've been missing for Fish Marketplace, and it's gone.
And I
don't know why. I have no idea what happened to it.
Get Gills is not bad. It is gone. It's sent out a thing. When was it? Was it January 31st was like the last day or something?
Yeah.
Vivi closed down.
Yeah, there's probably others. There's none that are the place. Like when you ask someone, hey, where do you go sell fish? And Band doesn't count. America has said no to Band. We're not doing it. Morph Market is going to expand their fish shrimp section. So so an existing market, that would be a good opportunity to get into the fish. If they already have a name, people already trust them. It's a good platform. Yeah, I'd be curious to see if there becomes like a one marketplace to rule them all type of thing, or if it's going to get even more fragmented.
You have ideas for Matt to add it onto Fishfam link in some way?
Nobody wants that stress. Nobody wants that stress.
3 websites were created for cichlids. 9 for the realms of rainbow fish.
All right, participants list before Jenna has an aneurysm. So, hello, Foxy's Fishes, Empire of Dirt Aquatics,
Oh, no.
CR Fish, Cheryl Smith, Scotty the Fish Freak, Big Steve's Glass Boxes, Outside and Aquatics, Zen Ginger, Brenton Lightcap, Nick at Hardwater Propagation, Andy Carson, Laura Zara, Sleeper Barbecue, Jonathan G, Geek Boy, Fish Tank Barn, LDH Aquatics, Coro Works, Daniel Ingalls, Mystery Snail Gardens, Kurt Bredding, Scales Nature Artist, Seville Steve, Tank Girl, Vanoski, Monster Fish Gal, Fish Fam, Link, Julian's Fish Shed, Travis Desatel, Mark Sterlson, The Tanktical Toonie, Toonie Loon, Benjamin Peters, Boots Cats, Fish Capades, Nancy B in Tennessee, Whips World, Ashley, Liquid Zoo OnlyFans, SC Cat House, Keith 746N, Johnny Best, Kelly Foreman. Aquarium is maintained by Andy, The Dwarven Nerd Corinne, J. Oliver's Guppies and Aquatics, Kalish, Berkeley Bell, GNC Aquatics, Too Cooley for Schoolie, Night Owl Aquatics, JP Jeffries, Just One More Fish, Tracy Ballard, Rocky and Miles, Eric Wyrock, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, and Johnny Dan's Fish. How's that? We good? Eric, this is how you read the participants list.
That's how Steven reads it.
That's how I read it. That is not even close to how Eric reads it.
Yeah.
It's way
Sorry, I'm
far
not
off.
a communist, and everyone has to read the list the same way. Freedom.
Check out participantslist.gov for a guide to how to read the participants list.
Eco complete, red or black?
Well, not eco complete. How about?
Yeah, am I allowed to say don't get that one unless you are. If you have it already, either one, it's fine. It's just not that great. But aesthetics, I would pick black.
Stratum.
Stratum is a good eco complete.
Yep.
Yeah, eco complete is just, it's not an aqua soil. I hate that it gets lumped in as an aqua soil.
Yep.
But it's not. So if you don't have your heart set on it and you are open to other options, then I would rather, personally, if I had to choose an inert substrate, I would just choose sand or gravel. Personally, just my thing.
More is like a lava rock.
And it's wet. It's pre-wet gravel.
Yeah. It's cheap gravel soaked in toilet water. If it's old, it can get gross. But
did you welcome in?
Yeah, you wanted it soaked in Brondo because that's what the plants crave.
Yeah,
it has electrolytes.
Welcome in Andrew Whitaker, Passing Wind, Jim's Fish, and Aquarium Domains that I forgot him.
And you have a new member.
And Ashley, welcome to membership. If you want some plants and you live in America, or if you live elsewhere and want a magnet.
Fluval strap-on? No.
Complete. Incomplete. Completion, maybe.
Is the original type of stratum gone? I could only find the new plant one.
They're all plant ones, but
yeah, there's the little teeny tiny balls.
The biostratum. Are they pushing just biostratum? I thought I saw it on sale on Amazon recently. The regular stratum. It shouldn't be gone. I mean, it's a perfectly fine substrate, but so is sand. That's I have a lot of sand. I like sand. Too, so why do you not like the Flourish Excel? Had great result. Yeah, so it is effective. It is a great algaecide. I don't like that it is marketed as liquid CO2 because it's not a bioavailable form of CO2. And what I don't like about it is you think of it as glutaraldehyde. It's basically a poison. It's a weak poison in the amounts that we put it in our aquariums. And algae happens to have fairly weak structure, weak cell walls. So what you're doing is poisoning your tank, and you are counting on the fact that fish and plants are more resilient than the algae to that poison. And so it is one way to kill algae. It can work, especially if you do the spot treatment with a syringe. It's just, I don't think it is a good weekly or, I don't think it should be part of your regular routine in terms of like fertilizing and water changes and stuff like that. That's just my opinion on it. But a lot of people do it. I think there are a lot more holistic ways to fight algae where you'll learn a lot more about how your system works than just putting a poison in the tank. That's, but it also works. In a pinch, if you need to get rid of a bunch of blackbeard or something, Excel will kill it.
Say you're away for 2 weeks and you're having somebody feed your tank and fertilize it, and oops, they forgot to fertilize it. And so now everything's algified, or it's going to be algified in the next week. That's when I really use it. It's been like, oh man, I totally forgot to put fertilizer in this tank for 4 days. Let me spot treat this real quick.
Ashley is in Canada. Oh, that reminds me. Too Cooley for Schooly did a really coolly thing for Canadians. Whenever we do our giveaway at the end of the night, if any week that a Canadian were to win, there is now an option for you to get a $50 gift card. I think is some kind of gift card. I forgot the amount exactly, but a $50 I think is what it is, to April's Aquariums. So just for Canadians.
Oh, nice.
Cool international option.
Nice.
So yeah, thank you, Heather.
Pretty awesome.
Okay, and let's see who else we have come in. Jose Davila and Hip Hop Hillbilly.
I was laughing at that earlier.
Should have forced Kelly
drink calories.
Oh,
though,
yeah.
Right.
Says.
That's why she forced it.
We did eat a lot of calories this past weekend, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Do tell.
Andrew Whitaker is a new member as well. Thank you. And if you haven't yet, fill out the plant form. $50. Thank you. Got it.
And even if it's I was gonna say, even if you're international and all you want is a magnet, go fill out the form and pick your magnet and give us your address so we can send that out.
And I wish, he was in his actual, little picture. All I saw was woods. So
it's great camouflage. Yeah, Andy said Flourish Excel chemotherapy. Right. Fighting off the faster growing, newer life that is not as robust as the others. No, years ago, when Stratum first came out, the bag said plant and shrimp stratum. Then at some point they changed the bag to just say plant stratum. Oh, okay. That makes no sense to me because people still love it for shrimp. I wonder if they changed. Aqua soil is kind of weird. What they don't always tell you what's in it. Like there's kind of like, it's a clay. You know that there's some kind of peat that releases hydrogen ions and lowers the pH, but then there's like a buffering effect with it as well. And they're not super upfront. They're all a little bit different too. It's interesting. Andy said, I've never used it for algae. I had to quit using it in my clients' tanks because it grew the plants insanely fast. Just my experience. Well, I mean, if you can correlate it with the plant growth and it's not harming anything, I'm not going to say don't use it. Yeah,
the plants.
Yeah, I'm just saying what the chemical is and what it's meant for and what it does. But if it could, there's a lot of variables in fresh water, so I'm not going to like dismiss anything that you're saying here. I'm just really saying why I don't use it. Let's see.
I have some new people come in really quick before you.
Oh yeah. Big Cat and Hagen Hill and Thorntrap. Welcome in. Can rooted plants do well in fine pebble gravel? Oh yeah, quite well.
I mean, we have plants in the mosh pit and not even fine gravel, like the kind of gravel that you would say don't put your plants in.
Right.
No, I mean, I don't like the big chunky gravel, but like the mosh pit gravel, I guess you would call that pea gravel. Like if you go to an aquarium store and you look for the natural color gravel, not the finest kind, right? The chunky kind.
Right. That kind.
Yeah.
That's what I did my first planted tank, was that chunky gravel. Because Corey's like, you don't need planted soil. You can do it in gravel. And he set up his own little tank with gravel to prove it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm doing the damn same thing because it's cheap. A lot cheaper than the aqua soil. I did that with root tabs and Easy Green, and I got my Scarlet Temple to pearl and everything. No CO2 or anything. So
I take it even further when people say you can't grow plants in sand. I'm like, well, I have the Adolfo Corey tank is like an accidentally 7 inches of sand tank because I kept dumping it and I didn't realize. So that's just kind of how it is.
I have like 28 crypts in sand right now that are all going banging.
Mm-hmm. Passing Wind says, my wife was very impressed with your fish drawing on the shirt. Thank you again. You're welcome.
Which one specifically? Which fish drawing?
Mine. He said,
not mine.
Ooh.
He addressed me and he said it was mine.
I know that Sea Bishop anyway.
Hip Hop Hillbilly. I've asked around a few places and no one seems to know much about Aquarium Masters LED lights. And I've been seeing you ask, and I wish I could give you a different answer, but I haven't used them, unfortunately. But maybe somebody in chat, Aquarium Masters lights worth a try for $40 or just get a new Higer?
So my opinion is, if nobody knows about it, I feel like potentially throwing away $40 and then having to get a light that you know is better is a waste of money. If you had like a tank that it didn't matter, then and you just had a spare $40 and you wanted to see, maybe. But if your goal is to grow plants or to have it look a certain way, I would rather spend the money on what I know will work.
I completely 100% disagree with you because I like to try new things. I would get the one that no one has any experience with so that I had experience with it. So, yeah. If the $40 is kind of a big deal and the return, I don't know if they're on Amazon or what, and the return policy sucks, then yeah, that's one thing, but I like to try.
Oh, he said it's a drawing of a fish made up of a lot of little fish.
The guppy. The guppy. Yeah, there it is.
Jeez, Gina.
What?
Let's see it in the replay now, too.
Is ICX similar to Excel? Different compounds. ICX is like malachite green and some other shit for getting rid of fungal infections and ick and stuff like that.
Yep.
Not marketed to plants. Huawei, welcome in. And I think someone answered Andrew about filling out the plant form. Go to the membership tab, and you'll see an image that says member plants on it.
Yeah.
Zinger's got lots of crypts growing in gravel, but Bacopa doesn't seem to do well. Maybe rosettes or whatever they're called do better. I don't know. I've had fine luck with did you freeze, Eric? What do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just partially for okay.
Well, my all 3 screens went to like the spinning wheel.
Oh.
And like your voices roboted out.
Did we do that for anybody else?
I think it was
your
me.
voice didn't robot out.
Well, we're on the same connection, so we both could have like froze and not known it. I don't know.
You're LAN. You guys are LAN. Your computers are LAN. LAN did.
Yep.
It's a LAN party.
Woo!
It was Eric, says Jeff.
Okay.
Twas I.
And Kelly says there is no evidence plants can use glutaraldehyde as a carbon source. It's snake oil at worst and an algicide at best.
You know what snake oil is? The Pima Fix and the
Malefics.
Malefics. When I had Mbuna back when I was in my teenage years, I once a month would change my water, change half my water, change my filter at the same time, which was like an AquaClear hang on the back 100, and then would add Ikex, or not Ikex, Noxic, Malefics, and Pimafix.
Just because, like,
every because I was not educated on what these medicines were for or what they did. Every month.
There's a lot of juices you can buy in a bottle for aquariums.
Mm-hmm.
You could do top offs with all the chemicals they
What
sell
about
out there.
What about gravel cleaner in a bottle?
Well,
sludge out stuff.
That depends how you stack them up.
Todd's an expert on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, Bugsy Craftworks.
Hey, Bugsy.
I think he qualified for the Domino State Finals.
Oh,
God.
There's always night crew, says Julian, to go. Yeah, I have see how many hikers do I have in service right now. One of them I have above the mosh pit to grow the immersed plants, and then I've got some of my first lights were night crews, and they're still in service, whereas some of the hikers got slightly moist, and that, who would have thought moisture in aquarium lights couldn't take that. Someone should do a video on the top 5 snake oils. Let's see. Alex Novello, I have a dinosaur Bisher that seems to completely disregard the oodles of different kinds of foods I give him, his tank, and kills. Switched him to 40 gallon with less fish, but doesn't seem happy. I know nothing about Bishers.
It's pronounced biker.
Biker, Bircher, Bisher,
Bicker.
If Fathom Aquatics, also named Alex, is here, he's got some Bishers. That would be who I would direct you to. But I haven't seen him.
I have not seen him, but that would be a person to look for and maybe reach out to him, because he's bred Bishers as well. So he might.
He had the accidental baby that to pop up. So I mean, at least he takes good care of him. I got no frame of reference or like an ounce of experience with keeping a Bisher, and that seems more of a behavioral health type thing that I wouldn't know how to answer.
Remember the passes that I was like, you know what? Let me save them for the kids and let me bring them home. Mm-hmm. They're little, little, whatchamacallit. So they wear them like at least once a week around the house, and they have them up hanging on their beds and everything like that, and they love them so much. So some shirts would be awesome. I'll buy like 2 sizes too big so they can wear them for a few years.
Well, then, do what Annette just said. Pre-order them.
Pre-order.
The twins need them. Let's see. Oh, so he says, my Bisher has killed bettas, platies, mollies, and cories. That tracks. They do look like monsters. Like, And, piscivores by nature, says Cheryl. They will do eat any fish small enough to fit in their mouths, which I think is kind of a rule for basically any omnivorous fish as well. Like if there's an opportunity, a rainbow, the rainbows are omnivorous, but they see a fish and it's like not moving away from their mouth, they can catch it.
Yeah,
even if it can't fit in their mouth.
Mind if I do? Yum.
I'm curious if it's rejecting frozen foods and live foods as well as prepared.
Well, I wonder if they're like, if I just sit here long enough, Molly's going to come up and peck me up, kiss me on the mouth. So,
I mean, I have the 3 puffers and I have the 1 larger puffer, and I'm convinced that she does eat other things besides snails, but she knows that I know that she knows that she wants snails when I'm watching her, and she will not eat any prepared food that I put in there, including the Vibra Bites, if she knows I'm watching.
And I gave you a crap ton.
But
So
everything eats the Vibra Bites.
You probably are still
all right.
using those.
Oh no, I go through Vibra Bites pretty fast because there are some days
damn.
where I Vibra Bite every tank in the house when I'm lazy. I'm like, everybody's getting the same diet today.
Diversity, schmersity. Yeah.
Welcome in June and Mexicali.
Oh my gosh, my Snucket took a horrible bomb, and like everything died. So I try to keep my Snucket. So I have a bucket full of snails.
Oh.
And then I call it my Snucket. Because I'm not a monster and I can't kill snails. My name's not Grant. So when I pull the cucumber trap out, I clean them off into the Snucket. So I also throw like dead leaves and trimmings and everything. And so it's kind of like a balanced ecosystem. Again, I drain water. I do like daily like little suck ups from my baby tank, of poop and everything like that. So it gets, fresh water, it evaporates, fresh water evaporates. And everything was going fine and whatnot. And the other day I walked in here, I'm like, oh God, did Champ poop on the ground? Because he goes out like right here out of this door. And so when he has to go and he can't hold it, he'll poop right in front of the door. So I'm like, did he poop in here? I don't see anything. Maybe he tooted back here. I don't know. So I go on, I get nose blind to it, and I walk out of my room for a little bit. I come back to do some work, and I'm like, yeah, someone pooped in here. I go to every single one of my tanks and I smell it. I'm like, everything smells fine. Like, no, I don't see any like mass dead fish or anything. And I walk by the Snucket and I'm like, oh no. And I look down into it and there's like 20 floating ram's horn snails. I'm like, oh no.
They still need quality water. They still need oxygen replenished in their water. So
Pish posh. But it was a snail again.
That was not Coco, by the way. That was JoJo.
Oh, in the back.
Yeah, and she left. She came and got some pets, and then she's headed your way. Did any new people come in? Just
see. Passing Wind said, I feel like the cartoon character who wants to say something really bad, but knows he shouldn't. So are you using voice to text? Nosy, but knows he shouldn't. So he holds his mouth, runs out the door, runs down the street over the next hill, and finally screams it out. Well, this can be your safe space for saying the inappropriate things, unless you cross a line that I don't really know what the line is, but you'll just see it. Yeah, we'll just ban you without warning.
Yeah, hard tacos are awful.
We'll
Kicked
straight to jail. And I was pulling a real question, and you like put it down to
passing wind. I was gonna say something about passing wind.
I know. Well, there's questions, but then there's also comments that I want to read. Don't skip over those. It's the whole point of this damn stream is to interact with the chat.
Thank you, Johnny Best, for gifting one membership. It went to Jake
Johnny Best. All right, look at that. Sweet. Okay, Christine, with her legitimate question, would like to know, when you guys go to fish events, who feeds your fish? Friends, family, or auto feeder? Eric, you go first.
I usually if I go out of town, my wife, I'll leave little like pill containers that have Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday. I don't know why I don't have Thursday, but
or why Tuesday comes after Wednesday.
Something. So I'll leave those on every one of the tanks, and so she just has to pop the top off and drop them in. I don't go through the rigmarole of being like, oh, you got to separate out the baby brine shrimp or frozen food or anything like that. If say my wife and I are leaving and my parents are feeding my tank or anything, I'll usually hide the food lock it up so my dad can't be like, oh, they look extra hungry. Let me just put some more in and everything like that. If I'm gone for more than 5 days with my wife, I'll leave the containers out for my parents or whoever's house sitting to feed. But if it's under 5 days, I'm not even risking it. And guys, just stay away from the tanks. Just make sure you don't. Just make sure everything stays dry and you don't hear any weird noises. If you do, video chat me so I can walk you through what you need to do, or I'll be home in 9 hours or something like that to fix it. But yeah, so that's what I do. What do you do, Steven?
For the most
Are you
part.
going to ask me?
No.
Yo, what do you do?
No.
I arrange all the feeding.
Steven asked me, so I asked Steven.
So the longest we've been gone is maybe 8 or 9 days. I don't feed. The
one time, yeah.
So if Brooklyn can, I don't like ask her to usually, but if she can, maybe like once or twice at most while we're gone, pop in and just like sprinkle some food into each tank. But the last time we left,
she's fish educated, so that she knows what an appropriate amount of food is.
Yeah, I don't even have to like give her instructions. She knows where the food is, and she knows what the fish eat, and I trust her to do whatever she needs to do.
Yeah,
right. But she's coming to the Clash, right? So that's
she has to
travel. She better.
She's coming to the Clash this year.
We're putting it out in the universe and hoping that makes it true. But we usually I don't. When we went last time we left, I hadn't left the 3 puffers alone by themselves for ever because they were kind of fairly new. I was afraid that they would get hungry after some time and they would start going on a murdering spree, but I could be wrong. So I left like small portions of Vibra Bites for Lily
my
and
mom.
Yeah, and for your mom.
Yeah.
But I figured one of them would do it. So, and then I had an auto feeder because I had some really young orange Venezuelan Corys. But usually, yeah, I just don't feed.
How convenient, because there's an orange Venezuelan Cory question that just popped up in chat.
Oh, where at?
Bugsy Craftworks, if you're at the bottom. Can anyone recommend a temp for orange Venezuelan Cory fry? I'm having the hardest time keeping them alive.
Like fry or for ones that you just bought?
Looks like it said fry.
It said fry.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see where it was. Oh, yeah, I don't know if the temp is an issue. I've kept them anywhere between like 74 and 78. So if you're within that range, I think you're good. I think my issue that I had to solve when I was trying to raise Cory fry was food. I was not feeding enough. I wasn't feeding often enough, and I wasn't feeding the right things. Or at least I don't think I was.
I only tried to raise orange Venezuelan once. There was 5 eggs, and I had 3 survive to adulthood. What I put them in the tank has enough detritus worms to choke a horse. And I'll never forget watching these little Corys dig up these worms and have wrestling matches with them out of the sand and whatnot. And so I had real good success because I think I fed way too much. And there's just a whole bunch of worms that they could gibbly gobbly the whole entire time. So I don't recommend that way because it's really easy to poison your tank if you're feeding too much. But know your limits, and
just it's kind of the thing when you are breeding. When you're breeding, you kind of have to get used to just food bombing the tanks when you're deliberately trying to breed and raise fry, and then just keep everything clean. So we'll go back to that in a second. I just saw Garage Gills ask Green Spot algae control. Are Pandagar any good on this stuff? Not at all, unfortunately. I have Pandagara, they are not algae eaters. They might eat like diatoms, but
Brown.
mostly, yeah, the soft algae, maybe some green dust, maybe the diatoms, and mostly biofilm. But you put some fish food in there, and they are all about that. Like you don't really get Pandagara for the cleanup crew aspect. You get them because they're fucking adorable.
Or skin, because aren't they the salon fish?
Oh my god, we went to
Yeah.
Blue Zoo when Kelly and Jake were here, and
it's the aquarium in the mall here.
Yeah,
Blue Zoo.
It's okay, but we get to the freshwater and there's the Gara rufa, and there's just like hundreds.
It's
of
just
them.
a touch
So you put your
pool,
hand
like
in,
you just, yeah.
No.
I have some vertical video of that. I might make a little short out of it.
Eric, you didn't seem very interested in that. Would you do that?
No.
That's
weird. Hey, come eat me.
it's cool. All right. So we say welcome into Running Water and Aquatic News Network. That's Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so back to the orange Venezuelans. Johnny said most of my Cory fry are at 65 to 68
because he doesn't want to heat his tanks.
Yeah, and it's cold. It's really cold.
It sounds like the temps aren't really the problem. It's more about keeping them fed and clean.
Right. Yeah, and my tank was 78 degrees. I forgot to mention.
And the controversial thing for me to say, though, and I'm not a fish breeder, so this is just speaking from the experience of like the Corys I've bred. The cold water change thing, I couldn't find any correlation with it. What I could find was feeding the ever-loving shit out of those tanks is what made them breed. Just constantly every day for a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Like the easiest ones to breed, like to lay eggs, were the orange Venezuelans.
Oh yeah.
But also, I haven't bred the complicated ones. I've bred the staple ones. Let's see. Andrew Whitaker said, got my first group of cherry shrimp. How fast do they grow in ideal conditions? God, how fast do they grow? And what are the ideal conditions for Neocaridina?
I would say a month to where they could lay eggs.
Yeah, you're probably not being sold like baby shrimp.
Sometimes they ship better, the little ones. But
but not like newly hatched shrimp.
Every time I got a new batch of shrimp and I populated a new tank with them, within the month to 45 days, I saw shrimplets. Just feed. Established tank, maybe not so much. Like they are constantly grazing on biofilm, but in general, I'll feed a shrimp tank like twice a week with some kind of little crusty ass algae pellet thing.
My shrimp go bonkers over snail cookies and mystery snail guardians pellets from Crayfish Empire.
My shrimp go bonkers over dead fish too. They go bonkers over shit. Like they don't care. They will eat anything.
Yum.
Yeah. They'll go bonkers over their own poop. Yeah, like a good nutritious food would probably be better for them. Yeah, Neos, I've never had an issue with Neos. The filthier, more disgusting the tank, the more Neos just exploded in population. Didn't matter the TDS or anything like that.
Pea puffers and a 20, that's going to be tough.
And with oddball, what oddball fish have y'all had? Well, I've never kept pea puffers, so that'd be a question for chat.
I've never kept them, but I've heard that they're quite ornery.
Yeah, I've heard that it's very like you got to have a backup plan if you want to have a pea puffer community that they can either get along if you have a big enough group and enough like hides and plant
are they
matter,
working with those Corys right now? Like if that's been working, then maybe they're not as ornery. Like they have a good setup. But yeah, I think with anything, it's backup plan. Where are we at?
This is a question just for Eric.
Oh my!
I want some.
My hair out of my face. 10-gallon with coarse pebbles. How many 5-pound bags would I need for 2-inch deep? What's 10-gallon? 18 by 12 by 10, maybe.
It's 20. Wait,
20,
yeah, it's
20 by 10.
I don't know how
10 by
tall they
10.
are, but I know the length is like 20 inches.
Yeah. If you're gonna do like crypts and rooting plants or swords, you would want at least a 3-inch to 4-inch cover. I would start with 2 bags and see, if you're buying them from the store, I would start with 2 bags. If you're buying them from online, I would buy 4 bags, because then if you have extra, you can just buy another tank, start another one.
Yeah. I think that rule of thumb of like 1 pound of substrate per gallon does get you to that 2-inch-ish mark.
Speak of the dog. There you go, bud. Okay.
So yeah, I think a minimum of 2 bags. That's one thing that I regret when I did the mosh pit was I did not put enough gravel, and I don't want to add any now.
Yep, you can always take it out. It's a real bother to put it more in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think either one's a bother. No thanks. So it's not the tenth. What are y'all feeding the Cory fries? So with the Adolphoi, I did a combination of things. I did like just crushed up fish flake. I did the 5 to 50 micron golden pearls. I took chunks of hair algae, just so like all the bacteria within that hair algae microfauna, and put that in with the fry, and even some vinegar eels, and then at some point a little bit of baby brine. But then the key is like don't just leave all that stuff to settle and putrefy, because that's way too much food. So you just you clean it out every day, keep the water clean. I just offered them a combination of everything, and they got to a point where they were eating just crushed flake and then eat regular fish food, and that made it easy. But yeah, like with the Adolphoi Cory's, like those first couple of weeks were really annoying for a while for me. Where do we skip anything? I'm like trying to
probably
go through it. Yeah,
Up
well, yeah, because I'm
there.
seeing some good Neocaridina advice in chat. Hopefully, people are reading that though. So Whip said, want to know what the most docile catfish on the planet is? Synodontis petricola. That's which one I have many dozens of fries surviving my every other day feeding schedule. The adults leave them be. Cool. Is that a big one? Sounds like a big one. I think that's
or is that the one that breeds with African cichlids, where it like swoops in?
Oh, the cuckoo.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, I think there's 2 that are called the cuckoo. I don't know if that's the one, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
They be little.
They be little.
Okay.
They be little.
Rapashi powder, magic feed. Yeah, I've been feeding a lot of the magic feed because I don't breed. I don't necessarily like have to hatch baby brine every day. And that's pretty
Julian
damn
said
useful.
He throws in some snails with the fry and botanicals, which also grows some microfauna.
I like to use Aquarium Co-op fry food.
Yeah, I think with some that microfauna is key. Eric the Rock. Do you have a YouTube channel, Eric the Rock?
I do. It is Why Rock When You Can Roll.
It's a secret YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah. If you search my name, I think it comes up. The ERIK.
But we have mods here, and mods know what.
Yeah, but Zenny's playing Candy Crush. She's busy.
Well, no, she's here and she's ready for the games, and we're like 10 minutes.
Then she deletes it. Candy Crush this.
Wait, did I not delete the heart in the chat, and no one told me?
Ooh, well, now I'm going to use it.
Oh,
Is it there?
Oh, it's there, baby.
Oh my God,
Here it
I'm so
comes.
sorry.
It's
And
a
I didn't put it
love
to
train.
subscribers only. All
Love
right,
train. Get
that's
on the world.
yeah. I see the
Join
reaction coming
hands.
through. Guess what?
It's a love train.
It's gone,
Love train.
and you have to
No,
subscribe.
I almost put a user in timeout. I almost put a hip hop hillbilly in timeout.
Can't believe I forgot all that.
Julian says, I add the botanicals in with the eggs because it works as an antifungal that isn't harmful.
Nice.
I don't know. Wait.
Stephen stole my heart.
So sorry.
Total
for hatching
eclipse of the
eggs,
heart.
since I can do RO water now, I just started doing RO water. To me, that was even better than the methylene blue. I don't know why.
You'll be a member, but you won't subscribe for 19 months.
Still
can
on
you
the
be
fence.
a member somewhere and not subscribe?
Probably.
Actually, I think you can, because I've been gifted memberships to places where I'm not subscribed.
Yep.
Jeremy says, I just received an order from Aquarium Co-op today. Loving the Kentucky warehouse. Order Wednesday night. Order arrives Friday afternoon.
Nice. Corey sent us some shirts that I think they shipped Wednesday. They arrived today. It's the new one that says fresh water is the best water. But
I really thought he was
green
gonna have
text, so we can't freaking wear them on stream.
I thought he'd have like salt water, like the
asterisk,
vowel.
Yeah,
or at least the
back
vowel
of the shirt. They
asterisk
just say no to salt water.
In most swear words, the vowel.
He could just do S asterisk asterisk T water, so that people don't know if you're saying salt water or slut water or something.
Slut water. Oh, that dirty slut water. It gets around to every tank.
Slut water is the best water.
Refresh.
How do you know? That's not how it works. You don't get to tell us what to do.
Well, welcome in George RB3 and Fish Frenzy Addiction. Just dropped a crusty ass algae wafer thingy into my PPL tank. They love it. I told you. I know everything. I'm so good at this whole fish keeping thing. How do you guys approach stocking a tank? Is it more experience based or preference?
I would say preference, and then educate yourself on it. Where like, oh, I love Hillstream loaches. I'm gonna put 50 in a 10-gallon. Like, educate yourself on Hillstream loaches. Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that many, such a small tank. And hey, they like fast water. I should probably get a bigger tank, so it keeps water moving if I want to keep those. And like, it comes from like, oh, I want to keep those. Let me learn on how to keep those, and be like,
yeah,
you know what?
Confirmation bias your way to stocking a tank when you're new, especially.
Yeah.
I actually used the Aquadvisor or something. I don't know how reliable it is, but I used it when I was new. Now I guess it is kind of intuitive. Like it's less about the bio load for me and more about what it looks like. Because like an overcrowded tank, maybe you can get by with a bunch of water changes, but an overcrowded tank looks kind of stressful. Yeah. So,
and definitely... you want to look at like bottom, middle, top.
Oh yeah, that's true. You want the whole aesthetic, like all the water column to be occupied. Right. That's why I've got these 29-gallon tanks that are just Corydoras, because what a stupid thing.
Or you could be like me and have Corydoras, some glass catfish that hide, a ghost knife that hides.
Ghost knife. Everybody hide!
And
Jenna's
some
coming.
autosynclus that are hidden on plants.
Don't you just love a tank that looks empty when you look at it? Yeah, you need some swimmers. You need some swimmy fish. You really do.
The Corys come up and swim sometimes.
Yeah. When they're horny.
Did you get first place?
Oh, Aquarium Adventures? I did. Thank you. Mary Oliver, welcome.
Ooh.
Okay, don't say hi to people because now we're guessing.
No more community engagement. So
and everybody get very silent.
Yeah. This is serious shit, okay? Highly competitive. The points matter a lot.
This looks like the shine of someone's eye.
It does, doesn't it?
It's zoomed in.
So,
zoomed in a pupil.
So who do you think has the most like gleam in their eye?
Well, Jenna, that was stolen from you by Steven years ago, so not you.
Just suck the spark right out of there.
Welcome in, Don G.
Is this a repeat?
Nope.
No.
It's definitely not Rocky and Miles. She already did Rocky Miles.
Is there a cheat sheet of which ones we've done already?
Ooh, I'll be angry.
No, I don't think so. Steven took the gleam
I did.
out of my eye.
Straight up. Okay, well, we're moving on.
Now they're just dead.
No happiness here. All right, moving on to 1 point. This will be easy. Super easy.
Well, it was a sparkle. Just not someone's eyeball.
Yeah. Easy mode. Come on. Just waiting for the first 5 to come through.
I guess people are behind whenever they see a B and they're like, Alishon.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it was like a 10 to 15 minute. Welcome, Noel. Okay. All right. Call them out to me.
Are we getting 5?
Yep.
Okay. So we have Branton.
Okay.
Bougie.
Scotty.
The bougiest bish.
Okay.
Fish Frenzy Addiction.
Yep.
Boots Cats.
Okay.
And Nancy B. That's the first 5.
Nancy B.
Welcome in, Noel.
I said that.
That's me.
It's you. Yeah, I was gonna blur this one, but the colors, so much color. Suck it, Zen. Was Zen late, or did she even try?
Oh, I got told to suck it too.
Yeah.
She said, I think I'm behind, but I'm as ahead as I can get, but I saw all the names before I saw the pic.
Yeah, that's like a... Did Eric just... Okay, bye. Hi, Eric. So rude.
He got told to suck it.
So rude.
He had to go suck something. I don't know.
Okay. How about this one? Rage quit. Yeah. It's a serious game. I'm glad I don't have to play.
Do you think you could identify any of these logos if you had to play?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, it's not Whip. Say, I'll give it a little bit, and then all will be revealed.
I don't know if we'll get to 5 though.
Maybe. Do we stop? Should we cut it off now?
Yeah, I will look at when the name pops up.
Okay.
Just in case.
Up. And Scotty copied though.
It wasn't popped up yet.
Yeah.
When it went through. So he might have copied, but he got it in there. He copied the right name without knowing. Maybe so we have Branton.
All right, so Branton. Next.
Zen.
Okay.
Boots Cats.
Yep.
And Scotty.
I guess. I suppose.
I truly don't understand this game and how you people know the answer. I do understand the game. I just suck at guessing.
There is a cheat sheet. And I mean, you'll definitely be better at the game if you're one to attend a lot of the streams. And sometimes that's hard to do. Like, you got to have no other life, or you work from home like we do. We just have all the streams on, then we just start seeing logos, and that's how we choose the logos.
Also, sometimes I just don't pay attention to logos and I'm just reading the names. I have very poor vision. So, and my glasses are in the car for driving. They're not for looking at people's logos.
What I've been trying to do, y'all have been cheating this whole time. I thought the cheat sheet, it's on Fishfam link. I thought it was posted. Yeah. I've been trying to pull logos of people who I have seen, not just in like because they're like people in the community. They've chosen their people. They kind of formed a little group and they go to these like 1 or 2 streams, and they don't interact with the rest of the community. And that's going to be kind of difficult for everybody else to like pinpoint who that is. Mm-hmm. So I try to choose from a pool of people that are going to most of the streams. Like a lot of them, at least. Where there's some good overlap. And eventually I'll run out of logos. That's why I reuse them sometimes.
And Branton, you didn't make Eric rage quit. He
I don't know what happened to him. He might have lost
internet. He said you wish, Branton. Scotty only copies when he gets points.
Damn those interwebs. Alrighty. Now for the portion of the game where you look at AI generated things that we told the AI to generate, and then guess what was on our mind and the AI's mind. First one's very easy. So stupid. Just so stupid. But easy. You can do it. Ashley said, okay, I got the cheat sheet up now. I got this. We'll study it for a week. And next week, you got it. All right. Call out the 5.
Okay. We have Laura's Aura.
I think Laura's Aura is new to the leaderboard here. So I'm going to add a row. Laura's Aura. Did I see someone join the membership?
Yeah, Daniel Waterman. Welcome to the Live Bear Mosh Pit.
Hey, Daniel. Thanks for joining memberships. Welcome.
Are you ready for the second one?
Yep.
Noel Brucker.
Okay. Got it.
Branton.
Got it.
Toonie Loon, the Tactical Toonie.
All right. Got it.
And Zen.
Cool. All right, this next one. Maybe someone will get it really fast. I don't know. What the fuck is this?
That's ridiculous. Hold on. Bootscat said, am I not after Laura? Let me see. Did it remove her? Sometimes it...
Let's check it out.
Takes away, because I don't see it on the StreamYard side. Can you check in, while I'm looking at the new ones coming in, can you check under Laura's Aura?
Bootscats was after Laura's Aura on YouTube, so...
Okay.
Fucking StreamYard, why? Why would it do that? All right, there we go. Got you, Rachel.
So this is not a moss ball. In fact, it is a fish. It's a fish. And let me explain what happened. I said, draw this fish, and it gave me a fish that looked nothing like the fish. And then I described a part of the fish that it should add and asked it to reimagine, and it gave me this.
It's a good hint. Stupid AI.
So imagine this is part of a fish.
This is meta AI. The one that doesn't talk to me.
Yeah, it doesn't talk to you.
Nope. I don't want it to. This bullshit. Dragon Puffer Beta, Pearl Skill Angel. Passing win. Been on timeout for 30 minutes. Did someone time you out?
I didn't see it come through chat.
No, maybe it was a self-induced or enforced timeout.
Well, there are a few people who have it. It just may not be 5.
Okay. Do we want to cut it off?
Yeah.
Whip said flower horn. Yep. It's just
it's a flower horn, just like Whip said.
It's the cock part of the flower horn and nothing else.
And Big Steve.
Okay.
And that's it.
Really?
Oh no, Fish Frenzy Addiction. It just says flower gorn instead of flower horn. Oops, all cock.
Who said that?
Julian's Fish Shed.
Pretty much. All right. And now for the actual drawings of fish, of real fish.
Oh, hold on. Let me
Anytime.
have the thing.
Anytime.
Oh, okay.
I know this is.
Did you send Annette the graphics so that we could have a new 2025 intro?
Did you?
No, because you have it. I don't have it.
Did you remind me at a time where we weren't live streaming?
Yes.
No, you did not.
I
think the. Exactly the last time you told me. Okay.
This is how Jenna lost the gleam, isn't it?
Do you have the answers pulled up?
I do. They're right here.
This one's difficult even for us. Mom and Dad are fighting.
This thing, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
So if anyone has any complaints,
I don't care.
Send emails to Stephen. Is it Stephen P 2003 at fishfam.link?
Yeah, or hello at fishfam.link. Either one works.
No,
hello is a lot easier to type, right? Controversial theme. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good luck. In fact, I don't even remember what they are now.
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, okay. It's just, hey, none of these. Which should be a good hint because I know I enjoy Corey's, and if I don't know what I'm looking at necessarily, should tell you something. The brown one.
The brown one.
Technically correct. Corey for sure. Yep. Well.
So just 2, right?
I like that Scotty at least admitted that he copied off of Alishon. Yes, this is the Corydoras fowleri.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had
Jonathan G got it before.
Oh, good job. All right.
So we have Alishon, Scotty,
and Jonathan G. All right.
Jonathan G.
Okay, and next one. DJ Guppy Fish, welcome in, Sal. Quick hello, busy, great weekend. Flower theme. Flat bottom fish.
It'd help if I knew any fish beyond what's in my tanks.
Yeah.
And I drew this one, so I am sorry. Good luck.
Benjamin Peters.
Do you want to yeah, are you giving the theme?
Yeah, Corridor. Well, you didn't put the S at the end, but I'll be nice. Unless someone said it above. I don't think so, though. But yeah, this is Corydoras theme is technically correct because it is specifically post reclassification still a Corydoras theme.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, so all these ones that people actually like that y'all are naming in chat don't qualify. So
think about like if they were reclassified and it's like Brocus or Haplosoma, that's not it.
Yeah, like green lasers, those are Osteogaster, or I believe, yeah. Osteogaster. But yeah, I can see why they would guess green laser. Looks similar. The next one also looks similar to another one too. Oops. Let's go back. How about that? Okay, there we go. I don't even remember what this is, so you've got the list.
I do. And people are guessing, they're still guessing like Osteogaster and Brocus.
Eques, I don't know, is that a Haplosoma or an Osteogaster? The theme, Johnny saying Osteogaster, is Corydoras. Like the ones that survived the whole upheaval that we'll never memorize.
And there's not very many of those.
Yeah. And now Johnny with the Haplosoma. Send Johnny to the clash to educate him on Corydoras.
Corydoras are the worst Corys.
They kind of are.
I did not pick this theme because I could not have named a single one of these.
Too hard. Next. Yeah, I agree. I freaking love Corys, and I could not tell you which one this one is. I don't know.
No, I don't want C numbers. Steven's like, don't. What is a C124? What is
don't
it?
Care.
Steven?
Let me look. We C124 is nope. That's a freaking plane. Hold on. I gotta type in the.
It's not a plane, Johnny. It's a fish.
It's not classified. No, all of ours. I'll give y'all that. Every single one that we drew have a species.
Saltwater Cory.
Nope. It's a very short list of what survived the Corydoras reclassification. So if someone can find that list, I pulled from a similar list. And yeah, the whole point of this was to be a dick, just in case anyone was wondering. And Jenna was kind of busy, so I wanted to I wanted to help. She usually comes up with the theme, and this is what happens when I do.
We're just giving it to two people. Julian, and Fish Frenzy Addiction.
Hang on, I gotta add Julian to the thing, but
finally guessed all the possible ones.
Yeah. This
This
process
is
of
super
elimination.
lame.
It is. Who said that, Zen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
0 out of 10.
Nope. Still a 10 out of 10. Until I get it and realize it's like a stupid Cory that doesn't want to be seen by people. All right, Julian, and who else?
And Fish Frenzy Addiction.
All right. Good job, y'all. Amapaensis. Don't know where you can buy it. Don't know how much it is. Don't know if it's worth it. I think you should just go ahead and get a Brocus Splendens or a green laser or something.
Yeah, like why would you get this if you could get like a bronze or emerald and it's probably cheaper and you can find it?
Yeah. And then there's this one.
No,
I really
is worth it.
I really overdid it on the snoot there because they all have that kind of nose. That's why they all stayed in the Corydoras category.
I finished mine and you're like, your snout isn't long enough.
Yeah, I said it that harshly.
You did.
Mm-hmm. No, because otherwise this is just a freaking Adolphoi or Duplicarius. Unless you emphasize the snoot. Yeah, people are actually naming Corydoras now. White snoot Cory. I think I remember this one.
It's the only one that I could guess what it was.
That's right. Your snout isn't long enough. Jenna, February 2025.
That's what you said. So.
Equis, Panda.
Those are not Corydoras anymore.
Just start Googling all of the Corydoras. You'll find it. It's there. It's exactly what I would have to do.
I think your snoot is too long on this one.
It is way too long. Looks deformed. What's the best plants to begin with, and how many and how close to plant them? Johnny Best, can you tell me what your KH, your carbonate hardness is, and then I can help you better with that. Because the higher your KH is, the list of like good beginner plants gets a little bit shorter. So I just didn't want to like recommend something that you would struggle with needlessly.
Okay. Finally, we can give away a point. Probably
Noel and only Noel.
No, Julian got it in.
Okay.
Right before.
Julian and Noel. Yeah, the Serratus.
It could be that urethra fish.
All right. But guess what? Y'all probably Googled a shit ton of Corydoras and y'all are well prepared for the next one.
Except for that I drew it, so probably not.
The markings are there, even if the snoot is not quite snooty enough. KH0. Well, I am jealous. Holy crap. Well, so KH0. I would go look at Aquarium Co-op's plants, like everything that they have for sale for the most part, and just take your pick. Other than like Monia gracilis requires CO2 injection. I don't think there's much of anything else they have that requires like a lot of fussiness. Like having low KH, I think you'll do well with most things there. And then what was the other question? Like how dense to plant them? It very much depends on the plant.
Go back.
Like stem plants, like an inch apart. Some of them do better in bunches. Like you can plant Rotala in like a really tight group if you want. It would be good like to Google the plant that you get and you'll find some good information. Especially if 2 Hour Aquarist is a good site to consult. If they have a care guide on a certain plant, I would do exactly what they say because they are completely on point. Do we have the right answers yet?
Nope. Not yet.
Wait.
But now we do.
Oh, okay.
So
good night, hip hop hillbilly.
Julian is really good.
Yeah. Damn. Racking up points.
And Fish Frenzy Addiction got it before it popped up.
All right.
So Julian and Fish Frenzy Addiction. It's Jeffrey. Yeah.
Just Jeff.
But there's an ROY. Wasn't it? No?
I don't know.
Laura
said
got she said it way up there.
I believe you.
Okay.
Honor system point coming right up. There we go.
Google doesn't want me to have points.
Yeah, certain stems can do better in bunches than others. Like Rotala does well in bunches. You could probably plant like Pogostem and Salatus octopus in bunches. You just you want to avoid anything that's got like super broad leaves because they'll start overcrowding each other and shade each other out. And then you'll have like one stem that dominates the others. You kind of learn that by feel, really. Like you can see which ones survive and which ones don't.
Then I'll pick a better theme next week.
You better, or else I'll come up with a theme again. I'm happy to help. Be very helpful.
Are you happy to help?
Yeah. This makes me happy. All right.
I've seen an answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've only seen one.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm looking for when it pops up on the stream.
I
Zen.
thought I saw another one.
Okay.
Just Zen, really?
Do you see any other ones that I missed?
I don't think so. I mean, if they said it earlier in another...
No.
Like when we had another Cory up, that doesn't count. But oh my god. Then okay.
Now do
Wasn't
you hate
that
the theme,
fun?
Zen?
That was fun. Let's do it again next week.
Amazing drawing of the fish that only Zen could identify.
What's next?
Well, what do you want the hashtag to be for what we're giving away?
Nathan says, always help when he has questions. I actually take time out of my busy life. Oh, you assume that I'm busy. I busy myself with stuff. But yeah, I like to help. And it's easier to help one-on-one sometimes rather than like post in a forum and like wait for the armchair assholes to chime in. They're actually
is
just the cock.
Is Google gonna mod that?
No, I don't think it will at all.
So do you want to do that? By the way, I was using Corydoras World as my cheat sheet. Yeah, that's fine. Alishon says, do Hemichromis next week.
Well, now we can't.
If anybody doesn't already know, Steven is a sadist.
Maybe. You geek.
So, hold on, let me pull up OBS.
Oh, we're giving away a green fish this week.
Because, yeah, otherwise, what are we giving away?
Your guess is as good as mine. There we go.
It's a green betta.
Nice. Oh, good of you to join us, Moose. Stuck in the past.
Green betta. This all green betta or clear, however you want to look at it.
Zen is 11 points ahead of Aquatic Moose currently.
So, if you are new to the stream, this giveaway is international eligible.
Just the cock. Here we go.
An all green invisible betta.
Mm-hmm. Oinky.
But you have to have a green screen permanently around you if you want it to be invisible.
Let's see. We say hi to...
No.
See, Alishon came in, Oinky, DJ Guppy Fish popped in, Barbara Jackson, Moose, Skipper, Craig, Sharkfin, and Melissa.
Also, Big Steve had messaged me to make sure we were still on. There is a Fishfam link giveaway on Tuesday. It's on the calendar already. Let me verify the time so that I don't say the wrong thing.
Is it 8 p.m.?
No, I don't think it's 8 p.m. It is
7 p.m.
6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And it is going to be, Big Steve is going to shop with us for the Garden of Eder, I believe.
Nice. So be there for potentially some free shit.
Yeah.
Or free gift card. 925 Aquatics and Darlene also popped in. There we go. There's the link to the stream. Zen posted. Make sure you're subbed.
That's not the link to the stream. I haven't scheduled the stream.
The channel. You haven't? Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. I won't
Annette, make
you.
the thumbnail, please. And then I can schedule it.
There you go.
I'll have to wait to stream the next week then. Eric, you might want to look at a new time because I think co-op is going around that time too. An hour before, I imagine they'll still be going when we start.
Are they streaming 6 to 8 now? Central? Corey?
No, I think 5 to 7 Central.
Oh, okay. Something like that.
So
what do we got on Sundays? Daniken stopped, and then there's is there anything before MNC?
I think Susie Q.
Susie Q, yeah,
So I know
okay.
it's warm in here. Plus, it's got a.
Oops.
What? Is that David's stream?
Yeah, Elfish started, and I was pulling down, and the notification popped up, and I went to his stream. No Elfish until we're done with the giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think if co-op stops going, there's Sharpie way earlier in the day, and then Susie Q, and then MNC, then 5-star Bettis, and CC and Lake to Land. Yeah, it's scheduled for the next co-op stream is scheduled for this coming Tuesday, and it's called an announcement or something. It made me think that they're changing the live stream schedule.
What, co-op?
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the forum, he said that working weekends is something he's trying to not do. So
yeah. Whip wants to know if he can play for someone so he doesn't have to be here.
You can play for yourself and still not have to be here, just so you know.
Yeah,
as long as we can get in touch with the winner, it's fine. Like, you don't have to be present to win. So y'all could totally just like enter and then bail and go over to Elfish, you know. Just don't be a pain in the ass to contact. That's the only thing we ask.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna get in touch with you. Be available. Go and check to see if you won at the very least.
Yeah, if you're entering to win something, see if you won it.
It's good practice.
Branton is orange. That is not pink or green.
Branton's out. He knows he's going to lose, so why would he waste his time? I wouldn't.
Pretty easy to get in touch with, says Whip. So Steven will call you by phone. It's his favorite mode of communication.
There's so many ways to get in touch with Whip without calling.
Whip, can he call you, though? I think he would really love to talk to you on the phone. Are you ready? Did you refresh, make sure there's no new names?
We got 39 entries.
You can absolutely call him, is what he said.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be fine with that. I
prefer it. You have a 50-50 chance of me answering the phone if you're my mom. Just the cock hashtag over at Elfarty Fish is what.
That's a good one.
Jeff.
Yeah. Go ahead. That's the hashtag whenever y'all go over to Elfish, just the cock. I want him to be confused. I don't know if he was listening. All right. I got 41 entries. Yeah. Let's get this going. Nope.
I'll play for... Okay, Whip is playing for Kalish.
Okay.
But you can still call him just to chat.
Refresh. Volume up. Just the wheel. Yeah, okay. He's not listening. Screw him then. Don't go to his stream. Frickin' Elfish. All right. Hopefully this plays music.
It does.
Yay.
Mary Oliver.
Sorry, Mary.
Jonathan G.
Jonathan G.
Darlene's Tanks.
Darlene.
Big Steve's Glass Boxes.
Big Steve.
Scotty the Fish.
Oh yeah. The first person off.
Shit.
It was Mary Oliver, right?
Mary Oliver. Yeah.
Mary Oliver gets a pity point.
Forgot about that. All right, let's go.
Thank you, Annette.
Mary Oliver. And she is not on the scoreboard, but now she is with her point. Yeah, if you're first off the wheel, you at least get a point.
I guess you and Kelly are going to have to talk about what Kelly did. Because all we mentioned was that we went to Blue Zoo and put our hands in Gararufa tank.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We did more than that.
We will discuss. We'll see what her favorite foods were this time around. Because it was a lot of like going out to restaurants and stuff. And
no, the secret word was not guessed yet. So
it was not.
It likely will not be guessed today. They'll guess it next week.
Nick at Hard Water Propag.
Sorry, Nick.
Tracy Ballard.
Eric,
Tracy.
it wasn't your fault for talking too much. It was chat's fault for actually asking a bunch of fish questions. We didn't have any head space to fill with random conversation.
Fuck you, chat. No, we love chat. I like questions. I like not like trying to figure out what's next. What are we gonna say? And plus, Kelly streams with me, so give her an opportunity to actually talk about her experience.
The arrow is behind the Y of you lose.
Oh.
Who it's pointing to.
How's that?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Don G.
Fuck me. Nah, fuck you, panel.
A little less ear talk maybe would have been okay.
A little bit. Sorry, Dawn.
Skipper's Aquariums.
Skipper.
Any other way to get pity points?
Kathleen.
Haven't thought of any yet, but it's not out of the question. Kathleen.
Shark Fin Adventures.
Shark Fin. Oh, what is this SEO bullshit going on in the chat?
Trying to guess the word. Asking for pity points is pretty pitiful, to be fair. I like how 3D is just in there.
I mean, Zen at least tried to like make it a sentence, and Moose is just like tags or something. Like he's tagging a video.
Ashley. Geek BOI.
Geek BOI.
Sweet Acres Koi Farm.
Drew was behind. Christine.
Oink Master Supreme Forever.
But in all those words, they never said the secret word.
Yep. Oinky.
For that Steven doesn't sincerely apologize. Getting off the wheel.
That's everybody. It's not fair.
Whip's World.
Nothing happened
no
there.
Sound.
I was waiting for it to startle me or something. And there goes Whip. Our Kalish.
$925 aquatics.
925 aquatics. Off the wheel.
The Zen Ginger.
Zinger.
I don't know why the number was so funny.
Empire of Dirt Aquatics.
More silence. Jeff off the wheel to silence.
Oh, they're all silent now.
Alishan as.
Matt, did you like go and turn off the sound? Alishan.
Make up your own songs now.
Nope.
Big Cat.
That
Big
one had a
Cat.
song.
It did.
Barbara Jackson.
Barbara.
Andy Carson.
Andy Carson. Root tabs. Yes, Barbara. Root tabs. They fertilize plants. I mean, these are great suggestions for future secret words.
Bubble bath.
Nice.
Running water.
Big, fat, plump, juicy sausage tied to a string being chased by a cute little ravenous dog who hasn't eaten real food in months and is in need of a serious bubble bath for sure. Okay.
Liquid rubber. So who is still above freezing?
Johnny Best.
It's only 44 degrees here now.
We just got out of a 2-day freeze. Johnny Best.
Yeah.
Eric Wyrock.
Hell's bells. That's what you get for saying slut water.
It's supposed to be a legitimate sentence, Branton. Yes.
Yes.
The Tactical Toonie, 2.
The Tactical Toonie 2.
How long ago was the secret word picked? I send it to Matt usually the day before.
Yeah,
So
we
it was
picked it
sent
yesterday.
off yesterday.
I've actually forgotten what it was.
Well, I didn't.
I know.
Johnny Dan's Fish.
I
Johnny.
can't say it out loud.
Julian's Fish Shed.
Some of these aren't working, Matt.
God, don't yell.
Okay. Sorry, Julian.
Eric's ear is still trying to heal.
Fish Tank Barn.
Mike.
LDH Aquatics.
Nathan. Hardness.
Yeah.
Benjamin Peters.
Benjamin.
Mark Sturlson.
Mark.
That banana plant looks great in the trash.
Seville Steve.
Seville Steve.
Brandon Lightcap.
Zen, do you really want answers to these questions?
No, she does not. Brandon, you had a good run. Wheels are stupid. Squares are way better.
Fish Frenzy Addiction.
Fish Frenzy Addiction. Final 4. Laura's Aura. Mystery Snail Gardens. SC Cat House. And Melissa.
Laura's Aura.
Laura.
Melissa.
And Melissa.
Mystery Snail Guardians.
And Annette. Congrats, Cat House. I know where you live. You're going to get a green betta.
You think he's going to give it to his daughter?
Screens. I don't know. I'll keep it for myself. Mark Sturlson, thanks for being a member for 34 months. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll send that to you, Cat House. And I guess now everyone can do hashtag whatever it was.
Just the cock?
Just the cock over at Elfish. Thanks.
Maybe second to last should get a pity point.
That's a good suggestion. We'll consider it. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.